Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Country Mama Musings and another episode of A Quickie with Country Mama. We have a wonderful guest with us tonight. We have Yossi all the way from Israel. He is such a wonderful delight. I've really enjoyed getting to know him over the past 6 months or so. And I was so pleased when he said, Country Mama, I want to have a quickie with you. So we put him on the calendar, and it has taken a long time for us to finally reach January 3rd, and he is backstage. It is a little after 5 in the morning where he is. So he is up with the crack of dawn to join us for his Country Mama Quickie. So I'm so glad everybody is here. If you're watching this on a replay, thank you so much for coming back after the fact. We appreciate it very much. And if you're here for our live, thank you. And just know that I will try to catch you over in the comments, but during the actual quickie part, I won't be able to pay attention to the comments because I will be paying attention strictly to our guest. Hello, Tiny Tim. Hello, Suburban Homesteader. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Yossi up from Yossi in the Simple Kitchen. Hello,
Hello,
friend.
everybody.
Good morning to you.
Good evening to you.
I'm so glad you could join me. I've been looking forward to this for several months now, and I was afraid that you would not be able to do it or would have forgotten. And I was so happy when we were emailing back and forth that you said you would be here, and that just made me so happy because I was looking forward to it.
Me too. I couldn't wait.
Oh, good. So real quickly before we get started, how have you been?
I've been sick a little bit, but I'm good now. I'm
That's
feeling
good news.
better. And
That's good
I
to
have
hear.
my friend and my people of the community that give me happiness and that make my day every day.
The happiness that really gets someone through when you're not feeling well. It's good to have a good support system and friendships, right?
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you had that because I can't imagine. I know you've been very, very sick, and I'm glad that you are on the mend and feeling better. I think you look wonderful.
And thank you. You too.
Thank you. And I love that you're wearing your Poop Troop shirt. I'm going to give Courtney a little shout out there with your Poop Troop shirt.
This is one of the newest additions of the
I
poop
love
troop.
it. The poop shoots, your poop has a mustache.
Yep.
That's funny. Hello, Laquita. Welcome. Yay, another quickie. So, Laquita, this is Yossi, and Yossi is from Israel. And I think we're going to start our little time here with something I like to call foreplay. And so, foreplay for our quickie is, and so everybody knows, this is Yossi's first interview. So, I feel very privileged to be his first. Innuendo intended. And so I like to start the quickies with a little bit of foreplay. So I would like to know from Yossi if he would share with us 4 quick facts about himself that all of us might not know. Hello, Denise. So Yossi, 4 facts.
I am a chef from Israel. I did it professionally and I study it professionally. I have a degree.
Wow,
Uh,
that's one.
that's one. I speak three languages. I speak Hebrew, English, and Spanish.
Wow. Okay, that's 2.
I was in the army for 8 years.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes.
That's 3.
And I was a cop for 2 years.
You were a cop?
Yeah.
You were a law enforcement officer for 2 years.
Until I got injured. Yes.
So a soldier and a police officer. Wow, thank you so much for serving your community in that way. That is
I love
wonderful.
my country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome, Grace and Fire. Well, I am so proud of you, and I'm thankful that you're here with us and willing to share a little bit of your life with us so much. Are you ready for
I'm
your
ready.
Country Mama Quickie? Okay. So 10 minutes on the clock. It's 9:35 now. We'll go to about 9:45. So the very first question that pulls up is something most people don't know about you, but you just pretty much covered so much of it in our first questions. I'm going to turn this over. It says, Um, besides a chef, soldier, and police officer, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Well, I was the kid who rescue a lot of animals. Like if I find a small dog, I usually nurse him and find them at home. And cats and bunnies. I had a turtle. I have everything under everything that lives an animal that I can rescue. I did it at home, and I always wanted to be a vet.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, you think that that might be something you might want to look into in the future, or are you just going to stick with maybe rescuing the occasional little kitty?
I'm I'm 35 years old, so maybe I'm still checking it. It's depend about money basically. That
Do
was the issue my whole life.
do they have opportunities maybe where you could be like a vet technician, where you could be an assistant to a vet?
I'm still looking at app, but we have like uh, like um, that like when you go to college and you pay they pay you for the college
A scholarship?
scholarship, and that is 30 plus. So I
Okay,
still looking it up.
that would be nice. But don't stop rescuing the little ones off the street when you see them. I think that's wonderful. And you have such a good heart for doing that. Not everybody does that.
Yeah.
Okay, Yossi, what is your favorite candy?
Well, my one of my nickname in the army was Crambo. It's like a type of puff candy covered in chocolate and Israel. That's my favorite candy. I was eating it so much that was my nickname.
So, cramble or crumble?
Crembo.
Crumble.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yes. It's
You'll
like a marshmallow covered with
mm-hmm.
chocolate with a biscuit.
Okay. And so for those who don't know, a biscuit would be a cookie in America. Kind of like Daz in Australia. He calls cookies biscuits. You guys call cookies biscuits. Here, biscuits is something entirely different. But
Yeah.
that sounds good. That sounds like a delicious candy. Okay, Yossi, give us three things that you absolutely cannot live without.
YouTube,
Okay.
my phone,
Okay.
and cooking.
And cooking. Very good. If you have an appointment or you have somewhere to go, are you early, on time, or late?
Early.
Early.
Always.
Always. Good for you. I'm always late.
I noticed.
It's true. I can't help it. Okay. Now I have this written down and you'll have to let me know if this applies. Uh, what is your favorite pizza toppings?
Hmm. I usually make my own pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Because I eat only kosher, I usually separate meat pizza with dairy pizza.
Okay.
If it's dairy pizza, I usually put mushroom, um, corn, and olive. If it's meat pizza, I usually put like type of hamburger meat.
Okay. So it would be like your meat and sauce, but no cheese.
No cheese, yeah.
And that would make it kosher.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds good. Oh, this is a good one. You ready? What is the favorite thing you've done in the last 24 hours?
Received your email.
Oh, that's sweet. We have been
Because,
emailing quite a bit back and forth.
yes, but we didn't did it in the last month and a half. So because I was sick, I almost forgot about it. And then when
Mhm.
I received your email, I was so happy.
Oh, I'm glad. I'll try to be a better friend. I admit the holidays here I really got behind on things, but I'll
Yeah,
try to be a better friend and stay in contact more. But I'm so glad you answered the email when I sent it to you because I was so glad that we got to get together here today.
me too.
Okay. What would you rather be if you had a choice? And you have to tell me why you're going to pick the one you pick. Would you rather be a ghost or an alien?
Hmm. I think an alien
And why would you choose to be an alien?
because a ghost is limited to this earth. I think
Okay.
an alien, the universe is infinity, so I can go wherever I want.
Okay. You have a broader availability to do whatever you want. I like that
Yep.
answer. That's good. Oh, look, this is a good one for you. Yossi, what is your favorite kitchen gadget?
My mixer. I use. I do my own bread, so it's more healthier and more because it's only flour and yeast, so it didn't get all the commercial things that they had. So my most gadget that I use almost daily is my mixer.
Okay. And for your bread, is that your pita bread or a loaf bread?
I do like a small batch, like sandwich, like
Like a little
I
loaf.
yeah, small loaf,
Okay.
and sometimes I did it like a hamburger bun. It's like a
Okay.
bun.
Because I know you said you were going to do a video on showing us how to do your pita bread.
Yes, but I got sick,
Yes.
so
Well, we will look
unfortunately,
forward to that.
I had only one cooking video on my channel.
Yes. But we look forward to the pita one. I love pitas. I love putting all of the yummy food inside the pita. So good.
Yeah, and after the pita, I want to put to do hummus.
Oh, hummus.
Yes,
Yum. That's good. I look forward to that one
usually come
too.
together pita with hummus.
Yes. Yum. Oh, a really nice like baked pita chips with the hummus. Mmm.
Yeah,
With some sea salt on the pita. Yum, yum. Okay. Yossi, what is the most adventurous moment in your life? With the history that you've just shared with us, I imagine you've got some good ones to choose from.
was when I was in the army. Uh, I entered the army in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
so I was in the war with Lebanon, and you know, war you see what you see and you do what you do. So that is the most adventure thing that I done.
Adventurous. Okay. Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you're still here with us because I imagine you did see some pretty
Yes.
incredible things.
And unfortunately, I got PST for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you're coping very well because look at the community that you've reached out to and that have embraced you here on YouTube. Um, Yossi, when you're alone, do you dance in your kitchen?
Yes.
Awesome.
I always cook with music, and I
Good.
sing and I dance.
That's wonderful. I love to hear that. Okay, I'm inviting you over for dinner. What are you bringing?
I'm not like a dessert person, so I gonna bring the bread, of course,
Oh, yum.
and maybe a meat pizza. But you
Ooh,
don't eat meat, so I did it. I gonna do it with like vegan cheese or vegan meat.
that would be nice. A nice vegetarian pizza. That would be a
Yes,
nice dinner for us to have together, wouldn't it? I would enjoy that thoroughly. If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing for the rest of your life, what would that one thing be?
Hmm, this is a good question. Probably the crumble that I told you about.
Your candy that you love so much. Now, that's something you can just go to the store right now and get, right?
I have it now. I don't.
You have it
Yeah.
right now? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to look into that. Yossi, what is the favorite musical instrument that you would love to learn how to play?
The drums.
The drums. You're a
Yes,
drummer
I
at heart.
always wanted to play the drums, and I think because I was with a HD, PhD, yeah, hyper.
Oh,
So
ADHD, hyper.
yes,
Me too.
so I always wanted to play the drum to take away from the energy.
Yes. You were probably, when you were in school, were you always tapping on the desk
Yes,
and you got in trouble?
always,
Always.
always.
Always. Okay. Yossi, what is your favorite beverage?
Water.
Water. Is that what you got in your cup right now?
No, actually, I got Coke because I needed to stay awake.
Because you needed to stay awake. Cheers.
I have also water.
There we go. There we go. Water's good for you. Um, I would like to know, have you ever traveled outside of your country and where?
No, unfortunately,
No.
no.
Okay, so if you could teleport anywhere right now, what country would you want to go to?
The US, of course,
The US.
to see all
Very
my
nice.
friends.
See all your friends. Wouldn't that be a nice reunion for everybody to get together? You could just go around and see all of your YouTube friends. That would be wonderful. If you are ever in the United States, you'll see the guest room is open for you. No questions asked. Always available to you, okay?
Thank you.
Um, and actually, I took that last question and I put it right into this next question because it was about teleporting. And we already asked you this one. It's funny how as we talk, it answers more questions. Yossi, what do you do to make people laugh?
Sometimes, well, I think I have a very good sense of humor, and I have jokes.
Uh-huh. What's your favorite joke you like to tell people? You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
Usually, joke it's like more private things because the most good jokes is dirty jokes,
Oh, the naughty jokes?
but usually the most thing that it's you most laugh about is in the moment,
Yes.
and it depends of the situation. I always like have the ability to take something and make it laughable.
That's good. Like we just did because you said naughty joke and it made me laugh. Are you good with knock knock jokes? Are you familiar with knock knock jokes?
Yes, but we don't have many in Israel.
I have one for you.
Okay,
Okay. Knock knock.
who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
Moo.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. What is your
But you're
most
not a cow.
No, I'm not a cow, but I'm a salty heifer. And thank you. What is your most overused word? What's a word you use a lot?
Well, it depends. In Hebrew or in English or in Spanish.
Oh, I don't know. If you said it in Hebrew, none of us would know what it is. You'd have to explain it.
Well, basically
Oive?
is what?
Oive?
That's the old people.
That's the old people? Is that like Yiddish and the old people in
Yes,
Hebrew?
yes. Uh, it's like in Hebrew, the most word that they use is like hello, hi, because even if I speak with someone, like I speak with you, and then we go a separate way and we search our 1 hour after that or half hour after that, I still gotta ask you how you doing.
Then that's not shalom.
Shalom is the like hi.
Hi.
How you doing is mashlomech, mashlomcha.
I will mess that up, but I do know how to say shalom. Shabbat shalom. I know that one. Let's see. We already know your nickname, my candy
Yes.
man. You know what? We're gonna finish up with one last question. Our time is already over, but I've got one more. What is your favorite smell?
Oh, pine trees.
Ooh, pine trees. Isn't that a lovely smell? Where
Yes.
where you're at there in Israel, do you have pine trees where you're at?
Unfortunately, no.
No. Is that but now are there certain places in Israel that do have pine trees or an
Yes, it's
evergreen type of
more
tree?
is like in in Jerusalem we have a lot of pine trees. In the north of the country we have a lot of pine trees, but I live in the south.
Are you in more of a city area where you're at?
Yes, but my city is like 60,000 people, something like that.
Okay, that's pretty big. The whole area where I live has 10,000 people. That's like the county, the whole area.
But you live in the country.
But I live in the country. So everybody in the country for all of these miles, there's only 10,000 people. So, well, that's it. Look at that. That was painless. You did very
I
well.
like it.
You liked it, the quickie?
Yes.
Yay! Look, we've got so many people. Trish Wiley has showed up. Red Road Homestead. Brenda Baker's here. Laquita said pine trees is a good one. Oh, Laquita loves the smell of new babies. Oh, I love the smell of new babies. Me too. You smell them right in their neck right after they've had a bath. They smell so good. So good.
Unfortunately, I didn't have the experience yet.
You're still young. Do you know that when I had my first baby, we used to have an ice cream man that would come in his truck around our neighborhood to sell all the kids ice cream? And I would go out every once in a while and get an ice cream. He was 80 years old and had a baby with his wife. He had a much younger
Huh.
wife, 80 years old, still having babies. So you've got plenty of time. Look at all the people sending you lots of love. Hugo Homestead loved learning more about you. Trish Wiley says she wouldn't miss your beautiful smile, Yossi. Look how many people just love you.
That's my
That is
friends.
so wonderful, so wonderful. So, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something I said I wasn't going to do, but I'm gonna do it because everybody loves you so much. I'm gonna share the link and I'm gonna see if somebody wants to come up on the panel so they can actually say hello to you and ask you a question or leave you a comment or just interact. So, friends, I've just put the link up. If you would like to come up and say hello to our friend Yossi, there it is. But meanwhile, I'm just going to share with you. Yossi and I were talking before we went on, and it's just so wonderful to have him here. And we were talking about his cooking and his being a chef and just different fun things. I want to ask Yossi, do you have any questions for me?
Actually, yes.
Okay.
How many kid did you have?
I have
Kids,
four sons.
sons.
Four sons.
Okay.
And their names are all biblical. James, Joshua, Jacob, and Justin, which was Justinian from the scribe in the Old Testament. And look, you've got a friend who wants to come up and say hello.
Hi,
It's
Yossi.
Lisa.
Hi, Yogi.
How are
Hi,
you?
Lisa.
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing well. I've been listening and lurking in the background, and
I
I'm just
missed
because
you. Long time no see.
I know, and I've just been tired, but I wanted to let you know I was here, and I'm so glad to know you're feeling better.
Thank you very much.
So I just wanted to come on real quick and say you did so great on your interview, and you look healthy. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of
Everybody
course, of
loves
course.
you.
I've been enjoying watching everybody cheer you on. I was thinking back of you cheering me on when I was carving my pumpkin.
Oh, that was a mess.
How's
Yossi,
it?
go ahead.
How's the squaddy?
What?
How's the squaddy?
I just understood what he said.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
She likes her
But
squatty.
We don't have that thing like that in Israel.
that's
Someday soon, maybe you'll have one and you'll think of all of your friends in America.
Well, one of the things that your people doesn't know that I bought the sticker of the poop, the biggest one, and I put it on the bathroom door, and they say the poop.
Uh-oh.
And my and my father thanked me. Now I don't I know where is the bathroom.
He wasn't getting lost. Now he knows where it is.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
It's like a
really
big,
tired, so
big
I don't mean to
sticker.
be rude, but I just wanted to. I see you all the time, Alicia, but I wanted to make sure that I send my love to Yossi, and I'm
Thank
just
you.
glad to hear that you're well because last I heard you were very sick, so I'm glad.
Yes.
thank
Well,
you so
they
much, Lisa.
say I heard today things that I very liked. They say pray is the vein of God.
Hmm.
I
Yep.
think you probably had a lot of people praying for you.
Yep. Absolutely.
And look at you now, all smiley and looking good. I
You
think the last time I saw Yossi, he was actually kind of laying down a little bit and just not looking too good. I'm so glad to see
Yes.
him doing well.
you're
Look,
looking handsome and healthy, Yossi.
isn't he? And it's so early in the morning there for him. He's up bright and bushy tail with us this morning.
Oh my gosh. It's early
usually for
evening here and I just can't even stay awake. So, but
usually for
well, my love to you, Alicia and Yossi. Good to see you, my friends.
thank
Thank
you
you for
very much.
showing him some love, Lisa.
No problem. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Usually for staying for lives like Courtney's live, and I do all nighter, so I didn't go to sleep yet.
Oh my gosh, you've been up over 24 hours.
No,
No. Okay.
I go to sleep yesterday like 12 p.m. and
Okay.
wake up like 10, so I get some sleep.
You got some sleep. Okay, good. Good, good. Hey, Tiny Tim Posey just subbed to your channel, Yossi.
Thank
He's
you.
really enjoyed learning about you. And Grace and Fire says she's glad that you're so healthy. Guys, I've dropped the link again if somebody wants to come up and say hello to Yossi. And we have Gardner Josh has stopped in to say hello to you. So many wonderful friends. And Laquita says that she's very happy that your loo is now labeled. A, your potty room now has a poop troop sticker. And Grace and Fire just subbed to you. We got some subs for you tonight, Yossi. Look how wonderful. You know what? Now that we've got you some more subs, when you're feeling 110%, you're going to have to get those two videos up for the
Of
hummus
course,
and the pita.
I did a video introducing myself and my channel, and I spoke about a little bit about the kosher and the um, things that you can eat and you cannot eat about
Mhm.
kosher life. I
Yes.
have like a 4 minute thing that I explain who I am and what is kosher.
So LP wants to know what are your plans and goals for your channel?
First of all, to make more video. I wanted to make this winter like a few type of soup. I think about still doing that.
Ooh.
And I have like a very small balcony. They're gonna transform it to a very small garden.
Oh, that would be very nice to share with us.
I have one of my dreams is to use in cooking what I'm growing.
That would be wonderful. You know, there's really something wonderful about that, Yossi, when you go out to your herb garden or a small garden, because I have a very small garden. But there's really something that's so wonderful. Like if I'm going to make a pizza and I make a margarita pizza with the fresh basil and the Roma tomatoes and the mozzarella cheese, there is
Hmm.
something so wonderful about going out and grabbing the basil and picking a tomato and then coming in and making a pizza. You're gonna
And
really enjoy that. I
and
look
thanks to Garden State Garden, I have many seeds that I can
Oh,
plant it.
oh, that I bet you he's really looking forward to that too.
Yes,
That is
I gonna
one.
try to participate in the cucumber challenge that he gonna have.
He's gonna have a cucumber challenge?
Yes, he gonna have a Peter Pepper challenge, a zucchini challenge, and a cucumber challenge.
Oh, you know me and cucumbers. I don't know. Did you see my video about cucumbers?
No.
I planted 4 cucumbers. I had so many cucumbers.
Hmm.
I didn't know what to do with myself. I had so many of them, so I made a funny video. Okay, so Laquita and her husband, blind guy, his wife, they're gonna come up and say hello. Hello, friends.
Hello,
Hi,
Jessica. Hey, Yossi, what's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, if you put that sign on the bathroom door for me, it wouldn't work because I couldn't see it anyway.
Yossi, I don't know if you know, Corey cannot see. His eyes don't work, but I could direct him. So the sign would help.
You know,
Uh, like a few weeks before that, I we have a big like um like you fix everything in the house, and we put new doors and new windows and new everything. So it was perfect. It was like a blank white door, and I put the sticker, and now everybody knows.
Laquita, could you remind me your husband's name again?
My name is Corey.
Corey. Thank you, Corey. And I'm sorry if that was a faux pas on my part. I should have spoken directly to you.
Oh, no, you're fine.
No, everybody always asks me because you know how it is. The wives, we just happen to know everything.
Well, and you and I have developed friendship where I've never had the opportunity to speak with Corey. So, Corey, welcome. And I wanted to let you know my mother lost her vision after brain surgery. And one of the funniest things that we experienced was when someone from the Department of the Blind would come over and they were teaching her Braille. And my mother was a saint. My mother never cursed. My mother never drank or smoked. She was a saint, right?
Mhm.
And she got all the way up to where she had learned all the way through E very well. And then her coach said, okay, now this week, I really want you to work on F and G. And she kept saying F and G. And my mother's like, why is she cursing at me? It's like, she's not cursing at you, Mom. She wants you to work on F and G. She goes, oh, I thought she was telling me to work on that F and G, like I wasn't able to learn it. So we always joked about my mother learning Braille and the F and G.
Oh my goodness.
I know for me, my funniest Braille story is that I was sitting there for like a real legit 7 minutes, like, ba na na, banana, banana.
You know what I think is, I want to make sure I say it appropriately so as not step on toes, but what I think is somewhat comical is every time I go to the ATM and I roll down the window on my driver's side of the door at the ATM where you drive up to get your money from the bank, they have Braille at the drive up. And it makes me question how many sight impaired people are driving that are pulling up to the ATM to get their money.
The funny part to that is I get it because it's designed for walk ups, but then at the same time, they actually have, I know some, I'm not going to say a name, but there's a certain bank in this country. You actually can take your earbuds and plug it into the ATM machine and they'll talk to you. And you can use the ATM machine without having to know Braille. So that's a cool feature. But
That is a cool feature.
Yes.
And walk-ups I totally get, but these are the drive-ups, and I
yeah,
wonder what's going on there.
I think what it is that they just make universal ATMs, and so you just get what you get, you know.
That's probably it, huh?
Yeah.
So
All right.
I do have a question for Yossi since we're talking about this. You're in Israel and you've been there. So the banking system, do you have Braille? Do you know? Like, how does that work at your drive-ins or pull-ins or walk-ups? Do you know if they have Braille?
Yes, all the ATM machine has brails. All the, like, if you want to cross the street, you have the button you press, and the clicks, and they tell you if you can pass or not pass.
Right. We have ours does like a ding, bling, bling, bling sound around here. So as the blings get faster, that means you need to walk faster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hurry
It's
up.
the same way. Yes.
Now this is something that I think applies to this, and I would be curious to know because Yossi and I have been emailing each other, and the first couple times he emailed me, I didn't see a message at all. And that's because he's in Israel and they read from right to left. So his message was on the right side of my screen and I didn't see it. So since you brought up the question of Braille, I would like to know, does the Braille, I don't know if he would know this. Does the Braille, do you think, would it read from right to left in Israel?
I think Braille is like the sign language.
It's universal.
It's universal. Yes.
So you think even universal in a country where you read right to left, you think it would go from left to right the same as it would here in the States?
I think so.
Corey, do you know anything about that?
You know, there was a young lady from, I don't know what country, so I'm just going to say the Middle East, and I'm sorry to offend anybody, but yeah, there was a struggle for her to learn English Braille because the Braille that she had grew up learning, she read from right to left. And from bottom to top.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So it would take a little adjustment depending on where you are.
Right.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, this is one reason why we said, oh, let's go talk to Yossi, because we were like, this is going to be interesting. There are things that are just completely different, and then so many similarities in your country. So let's find out, how different or how similar, because usually when we get into spaces with people, we find out, oh, it's not that different after all. Like you were saying with the beeps or the crosswalks, for example, we have that. The Braille, we have that, you have that. And it's like, oh, okay, there are some of the same similarities. So we said, hey, let's go find out.
The more we learn about each other, the more that we learn how alike we are.
Here in Israel, we have like a new device that you put on glasses. It's no matter it's like reading glasses or sunglasses, and he read you what you want, even like faces.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
they told
it's
you who is in front of you.
a smart technology you put on your glasses. So if Corey were to stand in front of you and you were sight impaired, it would tell you Corey was standing in front of you.
Yes.
Or if you were looking at their screen, it would read what's behind them right there. It would read it from the glasses so you could
and
have that availability.
They told you in like in voice,
Yes.
so you can hear it, and it's multi languages, like English, Russian, Hebrew, like multi languages.
So that would be beneficial not just for sight impaired, but for anybody traveling to different countries. You could put that on your glasses and it could translate different languages for you.
Yes.
Have you guys heard of that technology?
No, I hadn't heard of it. That's
Now,
pretty interesting.
Corey has not. I have.
I mean, I knew about it with the phones. Like, you can take a smartphone and point at something and tell you what color it is. You can take a smartphone and kind of scan certain text, and you can take it, or it can tell you, like, if I pointed the phone at Yossi, it would say, "There's a tall, handsome Israeli man standing there with his shirt off."
Your phone be lying to you because Yossi's got his shirt on. The tall and the handsome part is correct, but he's got the shirt on.
Yes, I'm 6'2".
Oh, wow.
6'2". Laquita, I just want to say your hair looks beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You know,
Yossi, what about my beard? Does my beard look nice?
Corey hates when we talk about hair. I think with the ladies.
Corey, I think you look rather handsome.
Well, thank you.
Rather handsome.
You know, with the device that you all are describing, Grace and Fire is saying it's called the Orcam. I remember seeing it like in Indiegogo or Kickstarter as a project there, where it was a device that would translate and that would kind of describe things. So I guess now it's commercialized as Orcam. And so we can definitely check into that for Corey as well, because as a person that cannot see at all, Corey never wears glasses and he never wears shades, so people don't even know that he can't see. And he also uses a wooden stick rather than a white cane. So they just think, oh, where's a cool guy, I guess. They don't know, you know. But the Orcam would be very useful. And so thank you, Grace and Fire, as well as you, Yossi, for describing it.
Yes.
Yossi, I have a question. If I look over there at the queen, we'll say, there is a female with horns and a pitchfork and a forked tail that's glaring at you evilly.
Well, you got the glaring part right. But that only showed up after you said horns and pitchfork.
And look, Yossi is trying not to laugh, Corey, but I see you laughing, Yossi. I see you like really enjoying it.
Well, I have a very unique sense of humor, and I like scenes like making fun of people without making fun of people.
Right.
Banter back and forth, and a good sense of humor. And you know, what a better world this would be if we could all laugh at ourselves like that, right?
Yes.
And share that humor back and forth.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, the world is going backwards.
Well, and that's where, like, the people in our chat and the people on our screen, we keep moving forward with the banter and the fun and the smiles and the jokes and the genuine concern and love for each other. That's the way I think.
Absolutely. This has been great. You know, I agree wholeheartedly with you, Alicia. Thank you for that. That's one reason why we wanted to come talk to Yossi, because Corey is the same way, with the sense of humor and teasing and just the banter. That's him all the way. He was like, hey, this guy sounds cool. Let's go say hello.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you did.
Well, actually, we appreciate you. We just want to stop by and say hello. Happy New Year to you, Yossi, and Happy New Year to you, Alicia. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yep.
Alicia.
Yeah,
it's Alicia, or if you want to put a little Spanish flavor on it, it's Alicia. You can call me anything you like, but don't call me late for dinner.
All right.
And Corey, it was very nice to meet you officially.
Especially if I am cooking.
All right.
Especially for cooking. Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. I certainly appreciate it.
All right. Good night, Country Mama.
Good night, friends.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Laquita. Wifey.
Yes.
All right, guys. Let's see. Yossi, LP wants to know, for people who aren't good cooks, what advice would you give them besides starting cooking?
If you want to be better, practice, and start with recipes that, like a robot, that, like, if you tell you to put like 1 gram of something, like, do it like a robot. Do the recipe, and then when you have experience, you can do whatever you want because in cooking episode of baking you don't need to be precise. You can fly. You can do whatever you want, and it's a very magic world. Like it's. I'm feeling when I'm cooking like I'm a painter that I painted like a very unique and always I can make the same thing like 12 times, but every time it's gonna taste a little different.
Oh, that's beautiful. You're an artist.
Yes,
Yes. So we've got fused glass artwork in here. Prep for it is here. Your friend
Tasha, I
Tasha
love
is
Tasha.
here. He was speaking of you off camera, Tasha. He's so grateful for your friendship, let me tell you. I hope I don't make him blush. He's very grateful for you.
She
You're a
knows.
wonderful friend. Wonderful friend. Okay, let me see. Hello, hello, everybody, as I'm going down through here. Trying to just scan over our questions and such here. Grace says, my husband told our cop friend he wanted to be a cop. His guide stick will help him. Friend said, half the cops are blind. Hubby is hired. Oh,
Well, I
Grace,
think it's
Grace
gonna
says they
be.
walked up to the ATM, and I get that. I just always thought it was funny because we do have walk up ATMs, but then there's this alley aisle kind of alley thing where it really is just for cars only. So we do have the
Mhm.
walk up ATM, and then there's this driveway just for the ATM where you drive up. And so that's the one where I think it's funny where every time I go to push the buttons, there's braille on them.
Yes, but I think they make it they're all the same,
Yeah,
and then they put it when they want to put it.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Good night, Lena. Grace says her husband keeps her on her toes with his blindness. My mother kept us on our toes too. She always kept us guessing because my mother was legally blind, so she still had some sight, but it was mostly just shadows and light. But she would keep
Hmm.
us guessing. It's like, she does she see what we're doing and she's not saying or what's going on here? Because sometimes she was really in on the
Well,
no.
if you think about it, the human body have more than five senses. You can sense cold, hot, even you can sense even if someone stare at you, you
Mm-hmm.
sense it.
When the hairs stand up on the back of your neck because you feel like somebody's watching you.
You can sense gravitation, you can sense pressure. So the human body have more than five senses. So when one of the most strong, like the eyesight, goes down, all the other senses gonna be stronger.
Yes, they're heightened. Oh, DeGurley is Grace and Fire. She has a new channel. So now I do know who I'm talking to. Welcome, DeGurley. I wasn't aware you had a new channel. That's wonderful. You're merely on time for dinner, never late, she said about my earlier comment. Yossi, what is your favorite quick dinner to make?
Rice,
Rice. What kind
yes,
of rice?
I love rice, and the one I wanted to do for the challenge that you had with the coupons. It's a Middle East dish called majadara.
Okay.
Is rice, uh, onion, and lentils.
Mmm. When you said that though, I thought you were going to say there were dates in it because it made me think of the Maheda dates. If I'm
No,
saying that right. I thought you were going to say it was rice with dates. I was
that
wrong.
is more sweet and sour, and I'm more a guy from sweet and no, excuse me, That's more sweet and salty,
Mm-hmm.
and I more sweet and sour.
Or savory.
Yes,
You like the savory with the herbs and stuff?
yes. And my
Oh,
favorite herb is parsley.
parsley.
Yes,
Do you like cilantro?
yes.
Oh, I love cilantro. I didn't like it when I was younger. I like it now. So they said, Yossi, you hit the nail on the head. When you lose one sense, the others get stronger. Her husband is that way. I've dropped the link again if anybody would like to come up and say hello. And Laquita and her husband say that rice is a favorite of theirs, and they add their vegetables to the rice. And Grace and Fire says that your rice sounds yummy. Yum. Good night, Sandy. Thank you so much for showing up on both of your channels, her suburban homesteader and her beautiful fused glass. I can't speak. Fused glass. She makes the most adorable little chickens. I tuned in and watched those earlier. And Yossi, she takes glass and she was building all of these little pieces, and then she would put them in a kiln so that they would melt and form into something beautiful. And she was working on this chicken, and she put the little eyeball on for the chicken. And then she was working on the comb of his hair, his little comb.
Yeah.
And the eyeball moved like he was looking at her while she was working on it. I got such a kick out of it because
I
she
just
didn't touch it.
remember another thing that I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
Can you make me a polar bear?
Can I make you a polar bear?
Yeah.
You mean like a crocheted polar bear?
Yeah.
I can look into seeing if I can find a pattern for that.
And of course, I'm gonna pay for shipping it to Israel because it's not cheap. I guess.
Imagine it's not cheap. But do you want something like a stuffed polar bear, or would you like little coasters that look like polar bears to set your drink on?
No, stuff.
A stuffed one.
I
will look.
because
Let me write that down.
first of all, my favorite animal, if you didn't know this, is the polar bear. That's my spirit animal.
That was actually one of my questions that we didn't get to, was what animal would you like to be? Okay. I'm going to write this down so I don't forget. And then we will be in touch. If I forget or if I get busy, you email me because we're going to email more, okay?
Yes, of course.
And we're going to see about a polar bear for Yossi. All right, my friend.
And usually when you go live in the morning, it's more convenient for me because it's like the middle of the day for me, evening-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have excuse not to be in the chat.
Well, anytime you stop in, you make sure you say hello so I know you're there.
Of course.
I love seeing it when you guys pop in. So yes, Grace and Fire, you've got to go look for Suburban Homesteader. She has another channel. And look, you know what? Yossi Garden State Gardener's here. Joe's here.
You speak about them also.
Yeah, we were talking about Joe earlier. I'm dropping the link again in case anybody wants to come up. And then I'm going to just scroll back real quick because I know that Grace was asking about that other channel, and I want to make sure I say it correctly. It's a channel that I just joined today, and that is the Homesteaders, Suburban Homesteaders other channel. And I want to say it appropriately so people can join that. And then if Brenda can find it as well, maybe we can drop the link. I'm scrolling way back. Fused glass artwork. So fused, Fused glass artwork. So Grace and Fire, that is the name of the other channel where Sandy makes all of the cute little things, adorable little chickens. Yeah, look at all the best people hanging out here. So, well, Yossi, we are coming up on an hour. Nobody else is coming up. And I haven't seen any questions for you lately. But I'm so glad that you were able. Joe says he would love to see a Yossi head on the polar bear. I don't know that I'm that talented. I could give the polar bear a little beard and some well-defined mustaches, maybe put a little glasses on there. Wouldn't it be cute to put a little set of headphones on there? He had his own little set of
But
headphones.
don't forget the hot yellow that my image has.
Oh yes, your little chef hat. Yeah. You know,
The
it's
yellow
funny
hat.
because I made that little thumbnail for our show tonight, and I thought, well, I need a good picture of Yossi. I thought, gotta go with the polar bear. So I loved using that.
My friend Viper helped me do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You need to get stickers and stuff made with that on there.
I want to, yes.
Okay, friend. Well, everybody, we are coming up on an hour. This has been a wonderful, wonderful time. Yossi, thank you so much for joining me. I had a wonderful, I think everybody really enjoyed
too.
learning more about you in your first official interview. I'm so glad I'm your first. And I'm so pleased and grateful and blessed to call you my friend.
And I hope to do that again.
We
If you
can
want.
have more interviews whenever you like. We will do
I'm
it
down.
again. You're
I'm
down.
down.
Well, blessings to you, my friend, to your family as well. And I was gonna say, I was gonna say hello to your father next time. You know, he knows where the bathroom is. Say everybody here is happy that he knows where the bathroom is now that he has a poop troop sticker on there. But I want to remain respectful to your father, so please give my blessings to your father, and I hope that he is in good health.
No,
So
he like it. He like it.
he has a good sense of humor
He
too.
like, yes, yes.
Okay, so everybody, good night. Thank you so much for being here for Yossi. I so appreciate it so much, and for showing him so much love and friendship. And I know it means a lot to him, and it means a lot to me that everybody showed up tonight as late as it is. Quickies are always good with Country Mama, says Joey. I appreciate it so much. Joey, not Joe. Joey. It's Joe, not Joey. Joe. I appreciate you saying
Well,
that, Joe.
Joey make him eat the jelly beans.
The jelly beans. I need to watch what I'm saying, or else Joe's going to send me a dirty Band-Aid jelly bean and tell me to eat it. So,
Yeah.
all right, guys. Yossi, get some rest, my friend, and we will talk to you again soon.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go to Courtney's live.
You're going to go over to Courtney's now. Everybody in the chat, head on over to Courtney's. Let's do a love raid on Courtney right now. I was hoping Courtney would come do a love raid here. I didn't get a love raid, but go over to Wide Family Farm, and let's all go do a love raid over on Courtney. So with that, I'm going to send everybody off with a kiss, and we'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye, guys. Peace. Love, friend. Bye-bye, guys.